formed by two rays with the same starting point. So if I have a ray like this, DH, and then I have another ray coming off of D, I formed an angle. Two rays with the same starting point. Yes?
Can you start somewhere else?
Give me, what do you mean by that?
It starts in the middle of the
Oh, you're saying something like that. You don't have to draw this, you guys. Let's say you have this, and then here. Sure, you still have an angle here. Yeah. Because this is also a ray, isn't it? So it still meets the definition, right? Okay, makes sense? Alrighty, good question. Okay, so naming angles. There's different ways to name angles. So you can name using all three letters. But very important when you do that, the vertex, and I'll show you what I mean by that, has to be in the middle. And this may seem like kind of, well, yeah, but sometimes it trips people up. So does anybody know in this picture where the vertex is? And right here, this picture right here. What do you think, Kyle? Where's the vertex?
What?
Where's the vertex in this picture, do you think? Just guess.
middle,
Yeah, what letter is that?
Y? Yeah.
No, not quite.
Oh.
The vertex, yeah. Right here is the vertex. It's like a point. Okay? So, if we were to name the angles using all three letters, the two on the ray and the starting point, we're always going to name it with the vertex in the middle. So let's start with this one right here on top. How would I name this angle? There's two ways to name it. How would you name it? Stewie, what's one way?
Angle WXY.
Angle WX, well, let's just do this top one here. WXY, right? So here's the angle symbol. You ever seen that? It's not less than. It's like an angle, like kind of like with a flat here. WXY. Vertex is in the middle. Can I go the other way with this angle? Can I start with Y?
Yeah.
Sure. How would I do that? Angle, what? YXW. That's talking about that top angle right there. Let's talk about the bottom one. Colin, how would I name the bottom one here? How would I name this angle right here?
YXZ.
Absolutely. Angle YXZ. Courtney, what's another way to name this bottom angle? Instead of starting with Y, we could start with what?
Z.
Yep. ZXY. Guess what?
What?
There's another angle in there. Is it Mariah? I swear the weekends come and I lose names, but good, I remembered. What is it, Mariah? Okay, so XYZ, you're saying like this, but remember we have to have the vertex in the middle. Okay, so look, Mariah, we named the top one, we named the bottom one. Isn't there a big one here as well? So how would I name that one? Start on the outside. Right on. WXZ. See, there's that big angle as well. And then what's another way to name that one? Katie.
ZXW.
Absolutely. What do you notice here? Where is X in all of them? In the middle. In the middle. The vertex is in the middle. Okay? All right, name the angles in the figure. I want you to take a minute to name just this one. There's two ways to name it. Actually, there's three, but I didn't show you the third way yet. Okay, so hopefully you did this, angle RST, or you wrote angle TSR. Where's that S? In the middle, right?
No.
Now, there's another way to name this. Does anybody know? McGregor, what do you think?
Do you name it by just the vertex?
Right on. You can also name it by just the vertex. And you can name it angle S. Just by the vertex. However, that's a little tricky. I bet you're going to say what I was about to say, EJ. What?
Would it not work if there was a line on the middle?
Right on. We could not say this drawing, we couldn't call this drawing angle M. We couldn't because we don't know what we're talking about there. But when an angle's by itself, you can name it angle S.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. All right. We'll just do this one together. We don't need to do them all. They're all kind of the same. So I'm going to start with G. And I'm going to go to the big angle first. GJF. That's the big angle. I could also say angle FJG. J is always in the middle. Now let's do the angle on top here. Angle GJC. Everybody say it. What's the other way to name that angle on top? CJG. It's kind of like a tongue twister. So remember, see, the J is always in the middle because the J is the vertex. All right, let's talk about the bottom angle. Angle CJF or angle FJC. So I'm going to make a little note here. Make yourself a little note right here. Angle S. If only one angle in the picture can name by vertex. If only one angle in the picture, you can name it by the vertex. All right, turn it over. What?
Don't we need a cheese
Oh yeah, here we go. All right, measuring angles. Oh, look at that. Can we guess by looking at that? Probably could, but would be more accurate if we had a protractor. I have a whole thing full of protractors on the counter. Go grab one. You have to write it like this. And I haven't shown you how to measure it yet. Use a lowercase m. The measure of angle K. I'm just going to name it K because there's one angle here. The measure of angle K. So this stands for, yes, because you're telling me that this is the measure of it, how big it is. It's lowercase, and it represents the measure of. You're going to see that in your book. You're going to see it on papers. You got to know what it means. Okay, now, I'm going to remind you how to do this. If you don't remember, pay attention. You're on your protractor, you have this little intersection right here. Yours might have a hole in it, whatever. You lay that intersection on the vertex. And then you line up. See how I lined up this line right here? I lined it up on this ray. So you lay the intersection on the vertex, and you line up the bottom line on the ray. Either ray, it doesn't really matter. Are you with me? So this arrow should be pointing to 0. Got it? Okay. Now we have to follow 0 and go all the way around until we get to this ray here. And then oftentimes I like to put like a little dot where I think it's at about. It's not exact. Sometimes it's hard to get exact. So is that going to be 55 or is that going to be 125? Right, because we started at 0 and we followed it around. okay? And obviously it's not less than 90 degrees, correct?
Right.
Okay, so the measure of angle K is approximately 125 degrees. Okay, I want you to do this one on your own. I'm going to name it PRQ. You could name it angle R as well. It doesn't matter. Measure that one. See what you get. Measure it on your own. I got about 26 degrees. Were you guys close?
I got 25.
That's fine. It's an approximate. Okay? Hopefully you were close. All right. Let's talk about different types of angles. Ready?
No.
An acute angle is what? Less than 90. You remember. Less than 90.
Right.
It's so cute. It's cute. A right angle is what? What degree measure? Right, equal to 90 degrees. How do you know that it's 90 degrees on a drawing sometimes? What do they do? Put that little what? Yeah, they put this little thing here. Shows you it's 90 degrees. Obtuse means what? More than 90. Greater than 90. And less than 180. It says 90 degrees here. Greater than 90 degrees and less than 180. This one you may not remember. Straight angle. What do you think that is?
Is it underneath?
Right on. You guys are on top of it here. Straight line. If you go from here all the way around, it's 180 degrees. Exactly 180 degrees. Okay? And give you the measurements, and we're going to name them. So angle AFD is right here. AFD. Angle AFD is big, right? So I know it's going to be more than 100, more than 90. And that's what it is, about. AFD. So if it's more than 90 but less than 180, what do we call it? From the definitions we just did. Obtuse. Okay, AFE is right here. AFE. And that's about 64 degrees. So what would we call that? Mariah? Pardon me? No, it's less than 90. What's the cute ones? What's it called? Acute, right? Right is only 90 degrees. All right, BFD. Look at this right here. Do you know the angle measure without me even telling you? It is 180. It's a straight line. It's 180 degrees. And BFC, which one have we not done yet? BFC, that is exactly 90 degrees, so we would call that what? Right angle. Okay? Alrighty. So, find the missing angle measures. Alright, so let's take a look at this. This sometimes... You have to kind of look at it like, let me see if I can find some colors here. Do not use the protractor for this because you don't need to. It's asking us to find A, B, C. So we need this. How can I do that? Yeah. I can add the two angles together inside of it because they add up to the whole angle, right? So it's just 50 plus 80 equals 130 degrees. So I would write the measure of angle ABC is equal to 130 degrees. So this one here, it's asking for HLK. So it's asking for that angle. What information did they give me? EJ, what information did they give me in here?
That KL.
Yep, they gave me this. And what else did they give me in this picture? Stewie. Oh, and they gave me this, which means what? 90. Can I find out what the leftover is? So yeah, so I'm going to take the 90 and I'm going to subtract the 30 and it'll give me this amount, which is 60 degrees. So I have 90, take away 30, it gives me what's left over. So the measure of HLK is equal to 60 degrees. Okay, I'm going to do one more problem, because of course we have to have some algebra. Okay, this looks like a lot of information, but we can just pick it apart. The measure of LKN, that's this whole thing here. LKN is how big? They told me. What is it? 139. That whole thing is 139, which means this angle plus this angle equals what? 139. Oh, they gave me some yucky stuff here, but it doesn't matter. I can just take this and add this and set it equal to what? 139. So I got to take this and this and set them equal to each other, because I'm adding the two angles together to get the total. Now it's asking me to find one of the angles, but in order to do that, I have to find x. Don't do anything until you combine like terms here. How many x's do I have on this side of the equation? Altogether, 2 and 4. So how many x's altogether? 6x. I combine those, 6 x's, and then I have 10, take away 3, which is what? Plus 7 equals 139. Now what do I do to solve this equation? Tyler, what's the next step?
Minus 7.
Minus 7. So I'm trying to get x alone. 6x equals 132. X equals 22. And I'm done. Am I done? No, I have not answered the question. It says find LKM. Okay, let's find out. We need to know what this angle is right here. LKM. So I got to take 22 and plug it in for x. So I have 2 times 22 plus 10. 44 plus 10. What's 44 plus 10? 54 degrees is my answer. Doable?
Doable.
Doable. If you